It's that time of week. We cast the coins, consulting the oracle. 3,000 years of wisdom from the time of Confucius. Advice, correction, which pathway do I take? All contained in the wisdom of the I Ching this week. The haiku for this week: spring turned to summer. Your fragrance is on the wind. I wait for your song. Yeah, that's right. I'm waiting for her song sometimes. That's what we do. Sometimes we just go into stillness and we wait. And if you wait with the right intent, you open your eyes, open your heart, open that crystal prism in your ear, then that song of love will come to you, and it will be there for you to put out your hand and say, walk with me. This week, number 6, song. Dispute and conflict. Yeah, that's what happens, World is changing. Sometimes it comes up. Let's listen. Let's listen to what the I Ching has to say about this. We throw the hexagrams, 2 trigrams, one above, one below. Trigram above says heaven and energy and spirit power. Below is Khan, the precipice, the water. Be aware. There could be danger ahead. So we ask for the wisdom. There are arguments brewing within. Do not be afraid. Don't be intimidated. Stay steady in the center. You see, there will be no completion. Yeah, no breast ring right now, but it's okay. Be easy on yourself. See, these times are not meant for completion. During times of conflict, whether it's being reflected in relationships, business, or the family tribe, there's no way to see clearly what must be done to bring about the correct actions. In your movement to regain peace, the only place of clarity is in the center, by holding neutrality while others are pleading their case to authority, or have begun to bully or intimidate to be right. Puffing their chest out and say, I'm right. Your benefit, hold your tongue. Hold your truth. And don't be taking the stance to the righteous. And don't bend the truth. And don't fall into threats or coercion. You don't got to go there right now. You see, it's not weakness to take the center point because that's where clarity resides. That's wisdom. While in this position, do not demonstrate in any way a fear of authority. Have confidence in the correct position. It is in this place that you are to express your clear vision with no fear, no worries of a negative outcome. And man, don't give up your position. Now, there's temptation. A little voice in the ear says, well, you know what, we could get around this. We could tell a lie, or we can, embellish the truth a bit. Don't go there. That's not a way to gain power. That's where danger resides. And, taking the stance of making something look better than it is, and taking your truth and saying, well, it's true, but I've expanded it a bit, and that's not the way it works. You see, in review, you will see that when you're entering into a present arrangement or an agreement that may be on the horizon, or an old agreement where you were not clear, or you were in denial about the truth of the situation, that's when the trouble starts. Often, we're blinded by unreal expectations fired by desire. Well, go back to the onset of the situation. Dig in, root out where you missed or you denied the truth. It's okay. You've not done anything wrong. But go back in. This is time for archaeology, See what you missed, right? It's not correctable at this moment in time, in this form. If you try to correct it, you're going to bring further conflict and more arguments. And during arguments, you're blinded. You can't hear the truth. You can't see the truth. You cannot be the truth. This hexagram song advises that you withdraw from the situation long enough so that you can more clearly see what is happening or has happened. You may decide to withdraw completely, seeing that the agreement, whether actual or inferred, was built on false premise and false promises. Whether you stay in or leave it behind, the clarity you will gain will bring peace of mind and will make way for good fortune. So just chill right now. Now, if you choose to go ahead and proceed, it's cool, but your benefit now is going to be to recognize that conflict is being felt by everybody, all involved. It's a place of conflict. So, with a firm stance and an open heart, meet your opposition, or meet the idea, or meet the pressure halfway. You may go into negotiation. Negotiate up to the point where you feel there's fairness. And in that fairness, you have clarity of purpose. This will lead to good fortune. This will lead to abundance and tranquility. If no fair resolution is possible, then swiftly, without delay, move on, and there is no blame. Conflict among the people, that happens, but right now it's amplified by the massive discord and conflict between nations. In our natural world as well, the people are at odds. Political posturing based on greed for power, place, money is running rampant, and the cognoscente has lost sight of the damage that's being done every moment to our planet. You're picking up on this negativity and fear. It can't be helped. You feel it. Be aware that you're feeling it. Don't let it push you over the line. Consciously, in realizing where this negative energy is coming from, separate yourself from the influence of this negativity. If it's in a relationship, separate yourself and let it cool, let it chill. In the decisions that affect your personal journey, hold off. This is not the time to complete. This is the time to be aware and wake up. Greed has caused the people to argue. Greed has got the people trying to control nature. That's hard to wrap your head around, that people really think that it's possible to control nature. That conflict with nature is going to win. There's no doubt about it. I mean, look at the tides, look at the weather. To anywhere where man has challenged or tried to tame nature, to try to bend the will of nature, this is a ridiculous battle. One that cannot be won by will, cannot be won by trickery or force. It is the ego of mankind that must be tamed, not nature. Here, it is the individual egos that must be dealt with to allow the flow of nature, the flow of compassion, the flow of love. That is the tide that will carry our earth toward our goals of harmony and of completion. Quite often, when a new exciting project or a new relationship is coming up, you can often become lost in the potential. You see the projected outcome, and it's exciting. But at this time, it can lead to arguments and conflict. In the enlightened business model, a firm and fair contract must be put in place before one invests in one's time and energy. The same is true when it comes to family, friends, or other groups with whom we affiliate. Be aware. To have a successful outcome, you can, you see. Just face your fears. When your fears come up, look at them. Take them apart. Look at your fear. Deconstruct your fear. And look to what is causing the discord. And then deal with these issues one by one head on. To do this, have a clear picture of all sides of the situation. Begin by disengaging fully from the emotional state your inner doubts and conflict have activated. This will allow you to see all sides of the situation. From this point, you're going to see what must be done. You'll be acting from your inner core, from your inner sense of fairness and truth, and not out of greed, and not trying to appease others, because that's not what it's about. In relationships, there can be discord. Well, cultivate compassion and listen. Listen fully to your partner. Might be in business. If it is, communicate with focus and compassion for your associates. Do not be afraid to speak from your heart. At this time, you will be heard as you speak your considered truth. Angst will cause anxiety or depression. So look to where you're rigid. Look to where you're demanding yourself or you're demanding others. Give yourself a break. Adapt a point of view that takes the pressure off. It's okay. It doesn't make you look weak. Meet yourself halfway. Take an inventory of your goodness, your skills, and your intent, and know that you are enough, and you will make the right decision. Listen to that again. Know that you are enough, and know that you will make the right decision. Now, you might decide just to pull out. You might say to withdraw completely, or you might want to start a new idea. You might want to take the old idea, let it go, and use this energy that's there to start something new, something with a more flexible point of view. In this, you negotiate yourself a place of fairness and harmony. This reading is a teaching for what may be a situation at hand, or it may be a lesson on how to proceed in the correct way in a new position that is appearing on the horizon, or a new relationship. At the beginning of any enterprise, be it business, art, love, or any form of group endeavor, listen carefully to what the other says. Do not dismiss the subtle thoughts and the nagging sense of unease that you may feel in your early communication. At the beginning, getting to know someone romantically, listen for clues as to how they've behaved in the past. Often they may say, "Oh, I'm not good at relationships," or "I'm not ready for relationships." Listen to this and go no further. Just hold back. You've been put on notice. In business or other group endeavors, investigate how others in the field perceive your colleagues. Do your research. Listen to what they're saying about past deals, past partners, involvements that they've been involved in. If you sense negativity, if you sense dishonesty, do not proceed. Trust that. That's your intuition talking. Just bow out gracefully and with compassion. If you're an artist, choose your representation carefully. Ask the hard questions, always knowing that it is you they need, not the other way around. And in relationships, ask the hard questions. Ask where they're at in their life, what they're feeling, and open up. Then you have the place that you can make a decision whether to enter into the relationship or just to step back with grace and honesty. If in any situation you do not know which way to go, this is a sign to disengage. Go to center. From this point of view, you'll have a clear picture of the situation in its entirety. And once you've gained this perspective, you can move forward with confidence and grace. And this will lead to a peaceful and to a prosperous outcome. As we look at a quad like this, at a section like this, it's telling us that before us may be conflict, before us may be danger. And if it is, take the center place and look all around. It's that old idea about you're going to buy a car, walk all around it, kick the tires, start the engine. And that's important as you enter into something new. And if you're feeling dispute and you're feeling like you're in conflict, that's the other sign to go to center. Don't be afraid. If you're afraid of the outcome or you're afraid of the authority, that's again the time to go to center. Stay steady and don't look for completion. That's not what this time's about. Thanks for listening to the Weekly I Ching. It comes every week. Very soon, the New Earth I Ching is going to be available. It is a book of the I Ching. I've been sending the I Ching out for 11 years. And now I've gotten the sections together. And you'll have a book. You'll have a reference book. It's a good size. It'll fit in your pocket. That when you have a question, you go into it and you can do it on the spot. But do listen to this podcast. Do listen to this information. And if you like it, let us know. Subscribe. That's good for all of us. It's good for everybody. I send you as much love as I can from this place down here at the 20th parallel, and let you know that I'm sending love and healing out to the planet as we enter into these difficult times. I close with the Mayan phrase, I am the other you. In Lakesh Alakin, I am the other you. And as all you listeners know, I like it that way. Namaste, y'all. Warriors, men, honor the women in your life, and women, allow the men to speak and listen. Come to balance, harmony. In all men is a woman, and all woman is a man. And that brings harmony. And I say it again, in Lakesh Alakin, I am the other you. Namaste, y'all. Be good to yourself.